Awesome. You guys drove all over from Wisconsin to do this run through the Cascades.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'd met Dave, or I met Dave just by selling him some parts. I don't know, a couple months ago, and he.
So we just left camp. We're currently at the Rimrock store off of Highway 12. I had to drive on the highway for a couple miles, but we're refueling on ice and a few snacks. And we're gearing up to go hit Bethel Ridge and cut over that way. Should be a pretty awesome day again, other than all the dust. doesn't look steep, but it surely is. Trust me.
Jake from Ridgefield, Washington. I got invited through David Studhoff.
Okay.
Yep.
This is your third year
Third
coming?
year. Yep.
Okay.
My second year.
Yep.
Your second year?
Tanner.
Awesome.
This is his second year doing it.
Awesome.
Yep. We actually built the Jeep for this trip last year.
Built it in about a month.
In about a month?
Yeah.
You guys
Well,
built a Jeep in about a
We
month?
put it together in a
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
Gathered
We
parts for a
assembled
while.
it in a month, and it was
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
a lot of long nights.
So what's been your guys' favorite part about the trip? This year?
This year. Oh, I don't know.
Probably,
I think the challenging trails.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
I think all the uphill climbings and fun.
You like the
Uh-huh.
uphill climb?
No.
Yeah.
All that crazy stuff.
I have to agree.
Awesome. Awesome.
Richard from Washougal, Washington.
So Richard also runs Washougal Classic Jeep.
Classic Jeep. Yep.
No, he's your transmission guy. If any of you guys need transmission work, you guys call him. And it'll be him working on it or Jake helping. So
Right.
Right.
Yep. Same thing, you know, invited by Dave Stuhoff, and you know, I think I've just made friends with Dave over the years, buying transmission cores and trading parts. So just kind of, you know, Jeep community, and we all kind of know each other, and just worked out. Dave reached out, and I said, heck yeah.
So what's been your favorite part about this trip this year?
This year, well, the trails have been fun. I mean, honestly, they've been, you know, they're fun every year, but this year has been pretty challenging. There's been some pretty challenging trails that, you know, this year was the first one to be winched up anything that I can remember. I don't think so. We've had I think some more challenges this year than we have in the past. So,
Yeah,
which was fun. It was, you know, keeps you on the edge of your seat.
I was a little disappointed because I don't think that we went down the ridge that you keep telling me about going down the first year.
Oh, the first section of Short and Dirty?
Yeah.
Short and dirty, yeah. That was.
I don't think we got to hit that, even though everybody was telling me about this short and dirty thing, and I'm
you,
like,
it's probably, you know, for you, it's probably not that, you know, challenging. For Jake and I, first year we were pretty puckered up. So, and I brought my M38, no roll bar, 9-inch brakes. I mean, I didn't know what I was getting into, and I thought, oh my gosh.
But
So,
you guys have built your rigs basically to come up here and do this now.
Yeah.
After that first year,
Yes.
you guys came up with rigs that weren't necessarily built to do the kind of stuff that we did, but you were able to do it all.
Right.
But then you went home and said, "Listen, we got to build something better so that we can do these trail systems."
Safer.
And,
Yeah. Definitely safer, more equipped.
Yeah, and they actually, David actually applied some rules after you guys came
Yep.
with roll bars and mandatory roll bars and seat belts.
Right.
So,
Yep.
and that was one of the things the second year when he contacted me. He said, "Hey, you got to make sure you have a roll bar and you got to make sure you have seat belts."
Yep.
And I said, "Well, I have a hard top." And he said, "Let me talk to the guys and I'll get back to you." And then he said, "Nope, you got to have a roll bar inside the hard top." And I was like, "Okay,
Yep.
no problem." So I lifted it up and squeezed it in there, but
Yep.
I made it work.
Honestly, safety's got to come first. I mean,
Yeah,
we're out here to have a good time. We don't want to see anyone get hurt. So.
right. And we go through there's some trails that if something was to happen, you'd be happy that you had that safety stuff you
Uh-huh.
know,
Oh,
in
yeah.
your rig.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Daryl today, for instance, could have
Yeah.
gone a totally different direction than what it did. It had a good outcome, but could have gone a whole different direction, and that was a close one. So,
Yeah, there's some pretty gnarly stuff up here for these little rigs to
Yep.
try to tackle.
for sure. Yep.
What keeps you guys coming back? This is your third.
think
This is your guys' third year. So, I
Yeah.
mean, what
I
brings you
think
back
the group
every year?
The group is
Group.
phenomenal. I
Yeah.
mean,
The challenges,
yeah,
different trails.
good group of people, fun. You know, we get to do stuff that we don't do at home. You know, we don't have all these trails. You know, in Washougal, we got
Right.
a little bit of wheeling, but not like this.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I love coming over here. I've never explored this area as much as I have on these Odysseys, and
Right.
this area is just absolutely amazing. And
Yep.
they do such a fantastic job of putting the trail systems together for us to make everything work for the stalker to the locker, you know, and kind of everything in between, so that we have everybody's got a little bit of a challenge here and there, and it's not boring for everybody to just drive down the road and
Right.
and see some views or whatever. So,
Sure.
and it's just you got great camp sites every night and someplace different, and it's just a totally different experience than you'll get anywhere else, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yep. And plenty of bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This year hasn't been nearly as bad as last year, but
Right.
No, he's got plenty now. That thing's all stock, right?
Rusty.
Kathleen
Jackman.
well, this is Rusty and Kathleen Jackman. They came from Pocatello, Idaho,
That's right.
and you guys drove all the way over here for the Cascade Odyssey 2024. You were invited by David. So,
Yes, we were.
so far, how do you guys like the trails we've ran?
They are wonderful.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Is anything particular that stands out that you guys enjoyed the most?
I think the variety of obstacles and their frequency.
There's been some pretty crazy trails like today alone. There's been some pretty crazy stuff.
And we've had a lot of awesome views.
Yeah, all the stuff on the second day was amazing too.
Yeah.
We see Mount Rainier and a bunch of the other mountains in the
Mount
Cascades.
Adams.
And, yeah, it's pretty neat being up that high over here in Washington to be able to see all that stuff. So.
Yeah, the trails are one thing, but the scenery is a whole another deal, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And things you don't see every day, every place, everywhere. I mean, they got it all right here.
So how's your Jeep been doing?
My Jeep has worked its little butt off. It's for the flat fender. It's all the challenge you need.
And you're still running the stock L-head motor and all the stock gearing and stuff in it, right?
Yep, stock gearing, skinny tires.
And it's been doing really good over here. You haven't had many issues other than a little bit of vapor locking issues that you've had, but
Yeah, but I have those wherever I go, it seems,
Right.
so.
yeah, we've been dealing with some heat this weekend, so
Yeah.
but nothing you guys aren't used to, right?
Right, the guys are great too, the leaders are, they don't go too fast. They keep track of everybody, and of course, everybody pitches in when there's a problem. We like that.
Yeah.
They're sensitive to everybody's needs.
Yeah, it's really nice. It seems to be a lot similar to your guys' run over in Idaho. So if somebody breaks down, a couple guys stay back, the rest of the group kind of moves forward a little bit and sees what happens if they get it fixed or catch up or whatnot. And that camaraderie is kind of whatever brings all the flat fender people together, I think.
Right.
So,
It's a nice community.
yeah.
Hope I don't put my finger in the camera.
Woo!
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 There you got it.
Yeah! I got that song.
Oh yeah.
I try so hard to get these videos and he just comes and screws it all up. All right, now I want power steering.
we're making minute adjustments on the trail.
This is take 47.
This is minute adjustment number 47.
Still not again.
I don't think I like that.
Keep fingers away from it.
Yeah. Well, you're not sitting in my seat.
Yeah, we don't need to add to those stories from last night.
No.
Okay. Put your foot on it. And I think. Get that one right.
I got it. Hey, I got a flapper wheel too if you want to round that off.
Okay, we can.
So let's just cut it and then we'll clean it.
I think that's quite a chunk, so I think we should be all right.
You want to put it on there and see before we cut the rest of them?
What's that?
You want to just set it on there and see if that was enough before we cut the rest of them? I was just taking a video. They all of these go to the same spot, so you can pick any one of them. Just kind of whatever your preference is, I guess.
Whole lot steeper than it looks. Oh no! He was doing so good. Come on! Oh, do not get sideways. Oh dang. Why am I getting so uncomfortable for him? This front tire keeps popping off the ground. Hey. She's a leaner.
I got it.
Piece of cake.
No, he's gonna do the left side. You gotta go right there. There's a tire off the ground.
Young from Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay.
And I'm his wife, Julie Speck.
Awesome. Awesome. You guys drove all over from Wisconsin to do this run through the Cascades.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'd met Dave, I met Dave just by selling him some parts. I don't know, a couple months ago, and I was chatting about what I was doing, and he's chatting about what he was doing. He said, "Hey, you know, we'd be a good fit for this. You know, you're invited to come." And I'm like, "Let me think about it." And I thought about it for a day, and I'm like, "Yeah, I have to do this. This is exactly what I like to do."
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're on day 4, and so this is day 4. Tomorrow's our last day. This is our last night here. So, what's been your favorite part of being over here and being on the Cascade Odyssey?
You know, I think my obviously the views, because we don't have views like that back in the Midwest.
Right.
But really, I think my favorite part of this whole Odyssey has been the people. I have really enjoyed this group.
Yeah.
It's been very welcoming. It's been fantastic. I've always felt very welcomed to join the group and not alienated in any way. So,
Is there a specific part of the trail system that you'll be talking about later on?
well, I mean, I'll never forget being sideways on that hill today. That was a little nerve wracking, and I learned a lot. You know, I don't wheel like that in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You know, so I learned
Yeah,
I
you
learned
guys-
a lot of wheeling out here, and I've wheeled out in this area before,
Okay.
but Colorado
Okay.
in the mountains
Just something
before.
similar, yeah.
Similar.
Yeah,
but
you said that you went to you've been doing the Colorado Flatfender, or the Colorado Fall Colors Tour. You
Yeah,
did
I've done
for
that 3
several years,
times.
so.
But I learned some stuff today, just on driving these mountains, and you know, my blunder today of ending up sideways was, I think that was a driver error kind of thing, and
Okay.
I learned how to avoid at least that particular situation again.
And that kind of stuff happens really fast too.
Yes, I noticed that things went from really great to really, really bad in literally in 10 seconds,
Right.
kind of thing. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. I really enjoyed the challenges. I think the leadership's been really good of like, picking trails that we can do, and when there is a problem, it's like, yeah, it's not a big deal. This is how we deal with this.
Yeah, I think the only spot that we all had issues in, we all had issues at. Right? And then, you know, we had that one hill on day 2, I think it was, that we winched everybody up the hill. I think the only one that made it all the way up the hill was the leader.
Yeah.
And everybody else pulled the cable. And we all got winched up the same hill. And other than that one spot, I think we all pretty much have made the majority of the obstacles
Yeah.
that we've tried. So and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been fascinating. I think if I'm invited out to do this again, I'll definitely have a locker in the rear.
Mhm.
You know, being open diff was challenging.
Yeah.
So,
But it's not something that you can't do with an open diff.
no, yeah, it was a little frustrating.
Mhm.
You know, but fun. I've had a great time, so I'm thrilled to be here.
Awesome. Is there anything that you've enjoyed the most about all of this?
I was just glad to be able to come along. You know, a lot of times it's just the guys and wives aren't welcome, and it's been so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice having the small group so that it's easier for everybody to kind of get together and talk. And when we stop at places, it's easier to talk to everybody and kind of explain where we're at and what's going on and stuff like that. You get in those big groups, it's kind of hard to communicate things,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah, the size has been really, really nice.
Yeah, I've enjoyed that as well.
David's done a really good job of trying to keep the size kind of limited so that we don't have those bigger group issues. So.
It'll go up the rest of the way. There you go.